Member for Surrey South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So many of the measures that were mentioned by the Attorney General, they only impact what happens after another person becomes a victim in British Columbia. And the violence on our streets were created by the Premier's soft on crime attitude as Attorney General from day one of this government. Not only are prolific offenders released back into communities under the Premier's catch and release system, but 10 cities have proliferated under his watch as housing minister. I was proud to stand with hundreds of frustrated citizens in Nanaimo, but noticeably absent were NDP members, including the MLA for Nanaimo and the MLA for Parksville-Qualicum, who've been completely silent. Nanaimo's Mayor Leonard Krogh has declared the city is at its breaking point. Quote, open drug use, our inability to provide appropriate housing and continuum of care, what's referred to as catch and release in the court system, the failure to keep people in custody pending trial when they're significant repeat offenders. All of this has come together. It's a crisis, end quote. Local business owner Clint Smith was lucky to survive after being shot multiple times during a confrontation at an encampment. Clint sustained such severe injuries that he had to be placed on an induced coma. My question is, how many people like Clint have to suffer before the Premier fixes the results of his policies that he caused?
Attorney General.
Thanks for the question. I think we can all agree in this House that everybody deserves to feel safe in their communities. And when you hear about horrific violent acts that are happening, we all need to stand together not only to condemn them, but people for the province can know that this government is taking action. Not only, as I mentioned earlier, are we advocating for very badly needed criminal code changes to the federal government, and we're hoping for that to happen this spring, but we have a whole series of policies under our Safer Communities Action Plan that covers mental health supports, increased resources in policing, more investment in our Crown Council, the Repeat Offenders Task Force. We're listening to community and hearing what they need, and then we're responding. There's no doubt that we're all reeling when we hear about these traumatic acts, but we're taking the steps that we need to take in order to make it better. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.